silver stacking is just the gateway to getting into gold. Hey everyone, Tactical Timmy here. I wanted to take a few moments to talk about why, as beginning stackers, we should be thinking about starting our gold stack sooner rather than later when it comes to our stacking journey. The main thing that I see as the reason for getting into gold sooner rather than later is, number one, going to be it has almost all the same advantages as silver does. When you're looking at this American Gold Eagle, it has a lot of the same advantages as the silver American Eagle. The main thing, though, is that it's going to come at a lower premium per ounce. Now, granted, this entry-level starting point for an American Silver Eagle is going to be much less than our Gold Eagles. Whether we're talking about this half-ounce size, you could look at the smaller 10th-ounce size over on the right here. It doesn't really matter. The entry point for gold, all of our gold pieces here are going to be worth more than all the silver on the left side of the screen combined together. And we could even put a kilo coin over on the left side, and that would still be worth more than most of this gold on the right. Gold does have a lot of those advantages, and the main thing is that it is going to save you on premiums. Premiums is anything above the spot price that you're paying when you buy an ounce of precious metals, whether it's gold or silver. You're not going to pay as high a premium when it comes to your gold coin as it compared to your silver coins. Typically, silver coins premiums are going to be north of 25%, typically closer to 30%, and your gold premiums are going to be a little bit less than that. I know for the 10th ounce sizes, those premiums can get up closer to the American Silver Eagle premiums. However, as you go up in size, so you go to the 4th ounce and the half ounce and finally the full ounce, you're typically going to be paying a little bit less when it comes to premiums as a percent. The next thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of why we should be stacking gold sooner rather than later is because eventually, if you're stacking on a consistent basis, it's not going to take up as much room. I think that when I started off stacking, I really enjoyed seeing some of the higher premium stuff, and I really enjoyed, some of the constitutional stuff that had some history behind it, and that led me down this road of all of a sudden, I have a ton of metal and nowhere to put it, or no organized way to actually store it. That is going to become an issue if you're stacking on even a modest budget over time. You're going to run into that storage issue for you. As much as I would love to say, hey, go out and buy as many of these beautiful lunar coins as you can, that's probably not going to be the best use of your funds as an investment. I'm a big fan of still having a collection and still buying what's exciting to you. However, you need to make sure that you are still minding your investments and still doing what's right for your stack overall. Buying gold sooner on in your stacking journey is going to allow you to not have it take up as much space, and it's going to be much easier to store. I think that the next thing that I wish I had realized when I started stacking earlier on was I wish that I had realized that this higher price point really is an advantage and really is something that can help me stay focused. When I started off stacking, like I talked about earlier, I started to amass these different metals and I started seeing all these different coins, and it really was hard for me to narrow down and figure out what's really important to me and what I really enjoyed, because it's a new and exciting hobby and also investment. I think that it wasn't until I actually got into stacking gold that I actually realized what I really was doing it for, and allowed me to focus in on what was important to me. And that's something that's really important, is to know what's important to you and why you're stacking. You need to know the why behind what you're doing in life. The gold higher price point actually served as an advantage because it allowed me to actually focus in on what I needed to be doing and not have me get quite as distracted as when I was simply stacking random silver here or there, depending on what my budget allowed. The final thing that I wanted to talk about in terms of why we should be starting our gold stack sooner rather than later is the fact that central banks still are buying gold and using it as money. As much as silver stackers like to believe that silver might come back into the monetary system, I think that silver is more of a speculative play, and unfortunately central banks just aren't viewing and holding silver like they once did. It's not used as much in the banking system, whereas on the other hand, gold is used very frequently, and we see lots of modern countries still buying gold as a reserve asset. And that's something that's really encouraging and probably will bode well for the gold price into the future. If central banks are still buying gold, that means that there's certainly still going to be value for these beautiful gold coins. And man, they really are beautiful. If you can just take a look at that lunar right there, you can kind of see some of the detail and some of the reasons why, if my camera would focus, some of the reasons why we really enjoy this hobby. And that's the final thing, is I think that there are other reasons to stack other than simply looking at it as an investment. You have to find the things that you're going to enjoy and stack those. That's why you do see me having some of these higher premium coins, and it's not all about investing on this channel, because there's fun things out there, and you need to make sure that you're both taking care of your investments and also having a little bit of fun along the way, because that's something that's really important both in life and in your investment journey. I really hope that you found value in this video, and I hope that you start your gold stack sooner than I did, because it took me honestly several years before I got into gold investing, and I wish that I had started sooner, because it would have helped me actually stack more sooner. And it would have kept me more focused on the prize of stacking ounces and getting more diversification and more out of my investing dollars. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to leave a like and comment down below. I really do love hearing from you all in the comment section. Take care.